So today is humoral immune response. It has two parts. One was taught earlier in the part 1 cellular immune response, and today is humoral immune response. So what is, first of all, I will tell you a general adaptive immune response. What is adaptive immune response? It is non-specific and it takes time to start up, and there is a memory that is complex and involves a network of cells like cytokines, B cells, T cells. So adaptive immune response, it has two types, humoral or antibody mediated immunity, and the second is cell mediated immunity. So what is humoral immunity? What are its applications? It provides a defense against most extracellular bacterial pathogens and the viruses which infect through the respiratory or intestinal tracts. It prevents recurrence of viral infections. So it takes part in the pathogenesis of immediate hypersensitivity and certain autoimmune disorders. So you can get the one-liner or MCQ as in your final exam also you will get 10 MCQs in your final exam, university exam. So 10 MCQs in paper A, part A and part B, both. So it can come as like this also, which immunity is responsible for the immediate hypersensitivity type 1, 2 and 3. Then humoral immunity, the cells taking part in humoral immune response are antigen presenting cells. These are the in general immune response, antigen presenting cells, B cells, T cells. Then humoral immunity basically consists of production of the antibodies. And production of antibody that consists of following stages, that is antigen capture and processing by antigen presenting cells. And there is antigen presentation, then T helper cell activation. Then there is B cell stimulation and differentiation. Then there is antibody production by plasma cells. Then first of all, first step is antigen capture and processing. So antigens are captured by antigen processing cells which are macrophages and dendritic cells, and they are broken down into small peptides. There are two different pathways for processing of the antigens depending on their origin. That is, there are two different pathways are exogenous antigen class 2 pathway within lysosomes or the endogenous antigen class 1 pathway in the endoplasmic reticulum. You can see this is the pathway in the endoplasmic reticulum and in the cytoplasm. Then second step is antigen presentation. Peptides or the proteins derived from exogenous antigen, they are presented with MHC class 2 molecule, that is a major histocompatibility complex class 2, which is recognized by T helper cells. And the endogenous antigen that presents with MHC class 1 molecule, which is recognized by cytotoxic T cells. So one liner you can get like this, MHC class 1 is recognized by which cells? So that is cytotoxic T cells, and MHC class 2 that is recognized by T helper cells. So one liners can come like this also. This is antigen presentation. This is the diagrammatic presentation of the capture, processing and presentation of antigen by antigen presenting cell. As you can see, the immunogen is captured by phagocytosis. There is receptor mediated endocytosis or pinocytosis and is broken down into the fragments. Some fragments or the antigens, they become associated with MHC complex 2 proteins and they are transported to the cell surface where they are recognized by CD4 T cells. So this is the diagrammatic representation. Then the helper T cell activation. This activation, it requires two signals. There is combination of T cell receptor with the antigen peptide MHC class 2 complex. Activated T helper cell, they produce interleukin 2 which supports the growth of itself and other T cells, and also produce interleukin 4, 5 and 6 which stimulate the growth and differentiation of B cells into plasma cells and memory B cells. This is the major step. There is differentiation of B cell into plasma cell and memory cells. Memory cells, what is the function of memory cells? They help us identify the similar antigen or immunogen when second time attack on the body happens. So they can recognize the attack or the antigen. So that is memory B cells. This is the diagrammatic representation helper T cell activation, MHC2 molecules, processed antigens, and then the T helper cell activation. There is release of interleukins and various cytokines and other growth and differentiation factors. This is B cell activation. There is T helper cell and then the B cell proliferation and differentiation into plasma cell. That is plasma cell that is responsible for the formation of antibodies. One is plasma cell and another is memory B cell. These both are important in humoral immunity or B cell activated immunity. This is the immune system. You can see there is invasion of there is antigen presentation on the MHC marker and there is antigen MHC complex. Then there is a receptor on the helper T cell and it activates the B cell and there is formation of plasma cell or it secretes antibodies. There are two types of cells. One is memory B cell. You can see the diagrammatic representation. Then antibody production. It's very important. Antibody production, it follows a characteristic pattern or the phases. It consists of phases which are number one is lag phase. That is the immediate stage following antigenic stimulus during which antibody is not detectable in the circulation. Then the log phase. Log phase, as you know, there is exponential rise. As earlier also in general microbiology you have been told about the growth curve. Are you or not? Then in the log phase there is rapid multiplication or steady rise in the titer of antibodies. Then there is third is plateau or the steady phase. Then in this phase there is a equilibrium between antibody synthesis and its catabolism. Fourth one is decline phase where is catabolism exceeds and there is fall in antibody titer. These are the four phases. You can also get a short note what are the phases in the production of antibodies. You can see the graphical presentation. There is first contact with immunogen, lag phase, then there is exponential. This is primary response, steady state and then declining. When there is subsequent contact with antigen or immunogen, there is secondary response or secondary immune response. So this is very important. You may also get a short note on differentiation between primary immune response and secondary immune response. So secondary immune response is when the similar subsequent contact with similar antigen is there, the body recognizes and produces secondary immune response. This is the difference, short note you can get. In the primary response, there is initial contact with antigen, while in the secondary response, there is response to subsequent exposure to the same antigen. So primary response is slow, sluggish and short-lived. And the secondary response is prompt, powerful and prolonged. Okay. In the primary response, the lag phase is longer, while in the secondary response, lag phase is shorter. And in the primary response, the antibody titer is low, does not persist for long. And in the secondary response, immune response, the antibody levels are very high and they last for longer periods. So IgM is predominantly present in the primary response and IgG is present in the secondary immune response. You can also get a short MCQ type question like which antigen or immunogen is present, antibody is present in the primary response, that is IgM. In the secondary there is IgG. So phases, a single injection of an antigen that helps in sensitizing or priming the immunocompetent cells producing the particular antibody. Then the subsequent injection of the antigen, that is booster, that induce the effective levels of antibody. So that's why after in the vaccination we give the booster doses to enhance the effect of the antibody or increase the level of antibody as you have must have heard in the previous months, there was a booster dose of COVID vaccination also, which was given. Are you been vaccinated with the COVID vaccination booster? So hence multiple doses of non-living vaccines, they are administered to achieve the effective levels of immunity. These are the phases. With live vaccine, normally live vaccine with there is single dose is sufficient as multiplication of the organism that provides a continuous stimulus. Negative phase. So then cell-mediated immunity. Do you want me to revise about the cell-mediated immunity? It was a specific immune response which does not involve the antibodies. Okay. So in 1890, first of all, Koch described the injection of tubercle bacillus and explained about the delayed type of hypersensitivity. Applications of cell-mediated immunity, that is, it participates in delayed hypersensitivity, very important. You can get a short note also, cell-mediated immunity important in delayed type of hypersensitivity. And immunity in infectious disease caused by obligate and facultative intracellular parasites, that is bacteria, for example mycobacteria, fungi, histoplasmosis, viruses, measles, mumps, and protozoa leishmania. In transplantation immunity and graft versus host reaction also, the application of cell-mediated immunity in immunological surveillance and pathogenesis of autoimmune diseases. So these were the applications. What are the other chapters covered in immunology? What are the other chapters covered in immunology? पता है कि नहीं टॉपिक्स कौन से कवर हो गए? हाँ, एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी हो गया और एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन भी हो गया. व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एलाइजा? सेमिनार भी हो गया ना इसके ऊपर, एलाइजा के ऊपर. देयर वाज सेमिनार आल्सो आई थिंक. यस, व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एलाइजा? फोर्थ रो, लास्ट 4. यस, बताएं आप, आपके नेक्स्ट जो है. नेक्स्ट जो गर्ल्स बैठी हैं वो बताइए. व्हाट इज द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एलाइजा? नेक्स्ट चैप्टर हो गया ना, एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन हो गया ना. नेक्स्ट बताओ. नेक्स्ट खड़े हो जाओ अपने आप, जिसको आता है वो बोले. क्वेश्चन इज द सेम. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी, सॉरी, प्रिंसिपल ऑफ एलाइजा. एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन को क्या बोलते हैं? व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन एंड व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ एग्लूटिनेशन? व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू? आता है तो बोले, नहीं तो नेक्स्ट खड़ा हो जाए. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज प्रेसिपिटेशन? यस, स्टैंड अप. नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट, व्हाट इज प्रेसिपिटेशन? नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट, नेक्स्ट. प्रॉपरली बताएं, डिफाइन करें ऐसे. व्हाट इज प्रेसिपिटेशन? पहले इंसॉल्युबल होती है प्रेसिपिटेशन में. आर यू श्योर? आप बताएं, डेफिनेशन बता दो. फर्स्ट ही लाइन है, वो चैप्टर की तो फर्स्ट ही लाइन है ये. नेक्स्ट बताएं. What is agglutination? What is precipitation? आप बताएं. What is agglutination? Next. पिछला वाला चैप्टर भूल जाते हो, पढ़ते नहीं हो जाके. नेक्स्ट. हाँ जी, जिसको ज्यादा हंसी आ रही थी वो बता दो. लास्ट रो. यस, लास्ट रो, स्टैंड अप. Yes, you. What is agglutination? Next. नेक्स्ट. जिसको आता है वो जवाब दे, नहीं तो खड़े होते जाओ. नो टॉकिंग. आता भी नहीं है फिर बात भी कर रहे हो. नो टॉकिंग. खड़े हो जाओ. नेक्स्ट. हाँ जी, क्या बात है? आता है आपको? बताना चाह रहे हो? नेक्स्ट. फर्स्ट एक बताओ आप, प्रेसिपिटेशन क्या है ना. डोंट मिक्स. एक बताओ व्हाट इज प्रेसिपिटेशन. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सॉलिड मास. अच्छा. नो 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 नो. नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट. क्या बात है, इतना हंस क्यों रहे हैं? जो हंस रहे वो खड़े होके सुना दे, आंसर दे दे. आपकी टर्न नहीं आई क्या? अच्छा. एंड व्हाट इज एग्लूटिनेशन? नेक्स्ट. पढ़ लिया बुक से? आधा अधूरा ही पढ़ा, पूरा नहीं पढ़ा. नेक्स्ट. बताएं आता है तो बोलो. खड़े हो जाओ. नेक्स्ट. हाँ तो आप बैठ जाओ. वो भी इनकम्प्लीट था वैसे. दैट वाज नॉट कंप्लीट. नेक्स्ट. खड़े हो. जिसको आता है बोलो आंसर, नहीं आता तो खड़े हो जाओ. प्रेसिपिटेशन तो सुना दिया उसने, एग्लूटिनेशन सुनाओ. आगे और कुछ नहीं आता आगे. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द टू? Sit down. Next. What is flocculation? What is flocculation? Next. खड़े हो जाओ. Next. Flocculation. सुना है नाम? क्या? Bacterial floccules? No. Next. Next. अपने आप खड़े होते जाओ. कौन टॉपर था आपकी क्लास में? हु वाज द टॉपर? आकांक्षा. आकांक्षा वाज द टॉपर. दिव्यांश कौन है? हु इज दिव्यांश? आई है क्या आज? अच्छा. हाँ बताओ. और सेकंड कौन था? अच्छा. थर्ड? अच्छा. चलो ठीक है. सिट डाउन एवरीवन.